Warning: the following content is my shit. The opinions expressed by me and my guests are just that, opinions, not dicks. Don't take it so hard. I'm obnoxious and vulgar, so you probably shouldn't let your kids watch my shit. I cuss, I drink, I say whatever I want without any regard to the consequences, and I laugh at inappropriate things. I'm not gonna change now. Don't like it? Fuck off. So, viewer discretion is advised, or whatever.
Bunch of skinny ass niggas explodes.
Yeah, it was funny, man, because I never heard him talk like that. Because he's a beat up crackhead, so he sent me this video.
He beats up crackheads.
Yeah, so he sent me this video because he's a security guard. So he sent me this video of him beating up a crackhead.
Welcome to Titan Uncensored. Getting going again, and I had to do it big because I took the fucking break, and I had to do it big. One of my best friends in the world. We've known each other for what, 13 years, 15? Probably more than that. Probably like 15 years, 20 years, probably.
Yeah, probably 20 years.
Probably 20 years. He was probably like 13 or so.
13, yeah.
This is my boy, Midnight. This is Antonio. This is my dude. You got social medias you want to plug before we get going?
You can look at me up on Facebook, Antonio Murphy, or YouTube at TN4G. And you get the same thing as Instagram, Snapchat, TN4G. Definitely appreciate the love. I'm glad to be here today. I'm excited. This is my boy, like I said, NG, the one and only. So thank you for having me here, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I like having people on, like getting bouncing off and just talking, shooting the shit, and like we haven't got to catch up in a while. I mean, we talk on Facebook and stuff, but we haven't got to hang out.
Yeah, I know.
Have a couple beers and just bullshit. So what's going on?
Yeah. I think the last time I saw you was Mainstrasse.
Yeah.
Drunk
dude.
Yeah, drunk dude.
Drunk dude trying to fight that girl.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
You was ready to fucking kill him.
Yeah, I think because he was trying to. Well, the one dude was what was he? He was freaking like he was asleep, passed out.
Yeah,
went through his wallet like
puked all over the floor.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think that was that during COVID?
It might have. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. My timelines are all fucked up on everything because last year just kind of like didn't count. How's COVID been treating you?
It's been good. I mean. It really actually hasn't changed anything in my life with my kids. My daughter, one of my daughters actually had COVID.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it was. So she woke up in the morning. She was like, "Daddy, I didn't feel good," and I was trying to get her to kind of like, "Okay, you'll be all right." So I took her temperature. She had a temperature, and she didn't want to move around or do anything. So she felt like it took about 3 days for her to feel better. So we just kept her hydrated. But other than that, she was up, bouncing around, running again. But
in 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days. So yeah, she was a champ. I was like, shoot, you get me sick, I'll be a baby. You gotta take care of me.
For real. I ain't leaving the bed.
But outside of that, I've been working a lot, especially at the fire department. It's been crazy. Like in the beginning of COVID, we had like so many people. We actually had somebody get shot because we went to this place where this guy, he had coughed in the apartment, and the person shot him.
What? What?
He shot him. It's not funny, but it is.
That's fucked up.
He was like, so we get there. He's like, he brought that Corona shit back. So I was like, Dad, you can't kill him. So
that's extreme.
But I mean, lucky the guy did survive. So, but it's still.
I guess that friendship is over.
Yeah, so it's definitely, yeah. So, but aside that, I didn't really miss a beat. It was definitely scary because a lot of people we thought we were going to be out of work,
right?
So a lot of people thought we were going to get fired because of the coronavirus. So, but other than that, like I said, it's been good. But I mean, then it was like I think the hardest part about the whole coronavirus is you can't do jack,
right?
And then it's like they say the mask work, but it don't work, and it do work. So
Yeah, there's scientific facts that prove both. Like
yeah,
both sides of the fence are screaming at the other ones, calling the other ones idiots.
yeah. So how about you? How's it been with you?
I mean, chill. It's been chill. The hardest part was when it all started. I was still in school, so I was trying to finish school, and then we couldn't go to class. And
that sucks.
luckily, I was fortunate enough to still be able to graduate. And I mean, everything shut down, so I just was able to fucking build this universe here. And
How was did you guys do online, or how did that work?
Yeah, we did. We have a bunch of online classes anyway, so
Yeah.
they basically just upped that, and then we had to do like Zoom calls, like virtual classes and stuff like that.
Shoot, see if you have me on online classes doing tests, I'd be cheat like a mother.
Well, the worst part is like everything in my school is hands on. We were learning how to use cameras and tripods and set all this stuff up. So it's like you have to do all that. So basically, it was like, well, here's how you do it if you ever come across one. So it's just like, I still was able to finish though. I mean,
Yeah, I was happy, man. I was definitely happy when you did that. As soon as I heard you was going through it, I said, yeah, man. Because like the way you are, you're great with people. You're definitely. This is like even a dream come true to do this with you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff we used to always pretend to do. This kind of stuff. Have
Yeah,
VHS tapes of this kind of stuff.
And the great thing is, like I said, like writing, producing. I always thought, man, you were probably one of the greatest people I ever known to do that. Because I mean, we had to create storylines.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah, we were always on that. And then like the random stories and little comics we would write and shit. So
yeah, that was awesome.
This ain't I don't script any of this, but I mean, I still get to create and like doing the game stuff. I get to I kind of make little goofy storylines to record in the games and shit.
Yeah, see, I like that. I think the stuff that I always remember. See, like when I think of Impractical Jokers, I was like, man, I always say we created that.
Yeah, we were doing that, walking around UC campus, messing with drunk college kids.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, the bull rat stuff.
Screaming out the car window.
Oh my god. Man, I remember those days, man. I think there was no greater time in life.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, it was like we didn't really have shit to do, so we filled our time by acting like idiots and fucking with people.
Yeah, and it was awesome, man.
Yeah, life was simple. Now life ain't simple.
Back in Metropolis days.
Man. Metropolis.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I'm out of that state. I hated clubs. I hated clubs.
Yeah.
Especially Metropolis. I've been in Metropolis much times, and I had to go do it. I had to go creep.
So I would say the big thing now is like definitely trying to get back focused. I think after this COVID stuff is now loosened up, and definitely trying to get back focused is definitely put me in a bad place. With a lot of people like not being able to do anything, it's like, man,
you get stir crazy. You can only focus. It's just you. You're fucking alone with your thoughts and shit.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part is like about the COVID stuff is actually being alone. Like, cause I think like even the one thing that I've learned, a lot of people have lost a lot of friends. Like a lot of people that I work with, they said they lost friendships because of that.
Right.
Because like I said, one person he lost friendship because his friend didn't tell him he had COVID, so he came over to his house.
Man.
And it affected everybody in his household. And so it was like, so then I guess they stopped being friends. But the guy said he claimed he didn't know, but he tested positive like a week before he came over.
He tested positive.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know, but
So,
I didn't open. I didn't read the results.
Yeah, so I was just like, but yeah, I definitely, man, miss you guys, man. You, Mom, Corky.
Yeah, I've been wanting. Like, I wish. I'm glad that now the summers are back, kind of coming back around, and like the vaccine coming out, and numbers are starting to kind of chill. I'm hoping to be able to do like cookouts again. Get people together, get people over here. I'd love to get the old crew together.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, man, may have to do an old wrestling match. I'd be too old.
I know, I'm so old, man. Like I still like think about it. And people message me like, "You want to be wrestling again?" And I'm like, well, right now.
Hey, you was a champ of the world, man. What you know?
That's the old me, man.
But you was a champ, man. I would say you definitely was a champ.
That dude would beat my ass. I take one swing. I'm like, hold up, bro. Like I can't do it. I can't. I want to. But then again, with COVID and stuff, I'm not trying to go to the gym. Like I'm too lazy to just get up and do some sit-ups.
Yeah,
so
I definitely.
once things get lax and like I'm trying to get the vaccine so I can like go to the gym and
Are you
stuff.
thinking about doing that?
I'm thinking about just like so I can like I don't like my mom's gonna get it
See, like,
with dad's health not being great. Like it would
Right.
be probably I should be getting it, and I'm social. Like I love being alone. I love just sitting in my room and fucking just drinking, jacking off, video games. Great. Last year's been great, but then like I also want to get to bars and I want to go be social and like see people.
Yeah,
and
see,
stuff.
honestly, I thought about getting the vaccine, but the one thing I realized about the vaccine is like, so like the day we had it, so we had all these, they had all 5 of us getting it. So I was like, great, everybody's getting it. I'm about to get it. So I get there and they're like, here, you got to sign this first. It's like a 4-page waiver. And I was like, shit. I was like, wait a second.
Paperwork.
I said, why I got to sign this waiver? Well, that's just in case if in 10 years something happens, you can't sue. And I was like, so what do you mean? I was like, so like in 10 years my dick falls off, I can't sue? She said, no, you can't sue. I was like, I'm not taking it then. And I was like, so I do. I said, I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, I think you should. I was like, well, this thing's falling off in 10 years. I said, I ain't doing it.
COVID now, my dick falls off in 10 years.
Yeah. So I was like,
I'll get sick.
I said, I'll take COVID for a week if I.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So that's the thing. I was like, but at the same time, it was like, I feel like anybody who's around anybody in those health criteria should get it. But if not, I think you do your research and figure that you get it or not.
Right.
For me,
I mean, I see so mixed results. Some people take it and they're fine. Some people take it and they get super sick.
Yeah,
I'm like that shit's scary.
Yeah, it is, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, man, I just never thought that growing up, I think you envision life like when you get a kid. I just never thought growing up that, man, life would be the way it is now.
Yeah, wearing masks, like this is like some movie shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I think like now, man, just see how we was back in the day as kids, and definitely see how well you grown up, and seeing how everybody grown up, man.
We change and. Or when we were kids, we were outside every day. Like you see the memes on like Facebook where it's like,
oh yeah,
you knew where people were by where their bikes were. Like that's how it was for us. Like
yeah,
I knew if I wasn't with y'all, I know I could roll to your house if I didn't see y'all bikes and y'all might have been at Chris's. Like or at the park, probably playing basketball. Like nowadays it's all fucking text messages and.
That's how it's crazy how much technology is because when we was kids, like we didn't really cell phones weren't like the big thing.
Yeah, like we had them.
Yeah,
but
they were like we were out like either doing stuff. We could play games. We could go out. Now it's like
there was so much. Everything was just so social. Now everything is social media.
Yeah, like my daughters, they're only 5 and 6.
They got phones.
Yeah, they got iPads. and they freaking know how. I'm like, how do you know how to do? I don't even know how to do some of the stuff. They're like, how do you do that? But they know how to do everything. They be all in my text message. Like,
right, when we were we didn't know how to work. So we had cell phones, but I couldn't imagine being 5 or 6 and having a cell phone, giving this to me and knowing what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
It took me a year to learn how to use my Nokia.
Yeah.
Back when texts were 10 cents a text.
I remember when you had the what was it, the Sidekick?
Yeah, I had the Sidekick. I had the 2-way for a while.
Yeah, oh man, those.
I used to have the little flip things, like the slide phones.
Yeah, I feel old, man. See, I definitely see how UC is now.
Yeah,
I feel old.
How different Clifton is now.
Yeah,
there was that whole top of the hill used to just be like Taco Bell and Hardee's, and now it's dorms.
Yep.
Sushi restaurants, Waffle House. There's a Waffle House up there. I'm like, what is going on?
I like to go to the Waffle House.
I love Waffle House. I've been to Waffle House in 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. Get buzzed, go to the Waffle House.
3 o'clock in the morning after the bar.
Man.
See, I miss that. I miss going out to the bar.
Yep.
Hitting up a Waffle House. Next thing you know, the sun's coming up. And
yep. See, now it's I think now they lifting everything. It's still, I still don't want to guard as much. Because, you just never know.
Yeah, because even though they're lifting stuff, it's still a thing.
Do you
still
think,
out there.
Do you think that anything should change now?
I don't know. I feel like Texas is no masks, nothing. Texas is open now.
Okay.
So I mean, I kind of feel like let them be the hamsters, let them be the guinea pigs, the hamsters. Let them be the guinea. Let's see how that works out for you. We just now getting the vaccine out, and it ain't even fully regulated. And Texas is there's a vaccine. Do what the fuck you want to do. I'm like, oh, All right, well, let's see how that works out for you, Texas, before we do it.
Yeah. That's funny. He said, "Let them be the guinea pigs."
Yeah, they want to do that on the biggest states. Most people like, hey, fuck it,
Yeah. See,
y'all do that. Texas
yeah.
is pretty far from Kentucky, so I'm fine with
Yeah. I
that.
was like, yeah.
They ain't coming here.
How you like living in Kentucky? I know it's a little different than like living in Cincinnati or.
It's different because it's quiet. Like growing up in Clifton.
Oh yeah, not more
When
business.
we were kids, there was a bunch of kids, and
Mhm.
then like it was kindly becoming a college town. And then when I started, when we were getting like 18, 19, 20, we started going to the college parties.
Yeah.
There were more college parties.
Yeah.
So it was like every day at like 8 p.m., you could walk out and probably find a party to walk into
Yeah. I remember
where a
those.
bar was
I remember
bumping.
those days.
And like over here, I live, not too far from NKU, but this is not.
Yeah, it's not part
The
time.
people like my neighbors are like college kids, but they don't party. Like
I ain't gonna lie.
it's
When
quiet.
I was coming out, I was like, this is dark as hell.
You hear coyotes and shit. Just be
Yeah.
chilling, and coyotes will be just like going crazy. I'm like, I'm out in the country, but like Cincinnati's right there.
Yeah. See,
So it's weird.
I do like that though. I like that that quiet atmosphere and that quiet feel.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad, especially getting older. Like and like not. Like I'm 33, right? 33. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like go walk in a college party right now. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I might, but it's not as ample as when I was younger. So
Yeah,
I don't mind it being just like chill, being an old man. I always compare it to I'm just Thanos up here picking fruit. Like just leave me the fuck alone. It's quiet. That's it. Just chilling. I'm just chilling.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was in drill school and the fire academy, there was a few times, man. I would go out and it was a good night. Like I remember one night. It's definitely like the night after we was like graduating. I don't remember that night, man. I think I got so hammered.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah, we spent like I think we as a class, we were so excited, and we spent like $4,000
Jeez.
and just
How big was your class?
it was like 40 of us, but it was like we spent like $4,000 to $5,000.
That's still crazy.
People were just like coming in the bar. You want a drink? Just offer a drink. Take a shot.
Shots, everybody.
Yeah, that's what
Shots.
he's doing. Taking 5 shots to everybody, and I don't remember that night at all. I was so, but that was a fun night.
Did you wake up in your bed that morning?
Where did I wake up? I told you that. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, either way, it was probably a good night.
Yeah, it was a good night. And then wake up in my bed.
Not your bed.
Yeah, but it was a good night. So definitely, I definitely miss doing that stuff, man.
Yeah, and especially with like just like this now, the whole year of not really doing shit because of COVID makes you miss it more.
So how do you like I said, I'm happy to do this podcast, man. So do you think what inspired you to get into doing it? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I just
Put you on the spot.
it was just like when we had to do things like this for school for like projects,
Right.
like 30-minute podcasts and stuff like that, and it was fun. Like I never like thought I would get into it,
Man, I think
and I
yeah.
liked it. So I was like, man, I just need to do that. And then I started like a year ago about this time. I started doing like Let's Plays on YouTube. It was just me cracking jokes and playing video games.
Sweet.
So every now and then I would do like an update one where I would just like be talking to the camera, or I'm going to IKEA. Let me tell y'all why I'm going to just random
Oh,
shit.
that's awesome. Man.
And the videos with me just like bullshitting and talking got like twice the views of my video games videos.
Oh wow. Okay.
And everyone was like, it's because they want to see you talk. You're
Yeah.
entertaining. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll do this shit.
Oh yeah.
And then it was just like I was just sitting there one day, fucking around my phone, and I was like, why don't I do this shit?
Oh yeah.
So I was like, all right. And I started talking to people like, yo, I think I want to do this. I'm like, yo, I'll do it. I'll come talk. Now, next thing I know, I had a list like 20 people who were like, yo, I'll come chill and drink and bullshit. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so now here we go. I was just like, I think this is episode 10.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
It's episode 10.
That's good. I love it.
So
Yeah, I definitely I love the idea. You're definitely entertaining, and I don't think it'd be easy. I don't think it'd be hard for you to get a following or a crowd, man. And like I said, man, that's why when you said, as soon as you said, "Hey, man, I want you to do it," I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it.
because I know we have. You're my oldest friend, so we're gonna have a lot more stories and chemistry than other people. I've had 2 other guys on here, and I'm like, they're my boys. We're
Right.
cool. We talk. We have a great time. But like, our friendships have only been for a couple of years. You know,
Right.
I've only known them for a couple of years, whereas I've known you more than half my life.
Yeah. I do want to. I do kind of want to take a shot at that fireball though.
This isn't Fireball.
Oh, what is it?
This is Screwball.
Yeah, I kind of want to try that.
This is peanut butter whiskey.
I like peanut butter.
This is what we do.
Oh Jesus.
It's to the Misfits, Black Sheeps, and Screwballs.
Okay.
That's the toast on the bottle, at least. That's a big ass shot. I poured a
That
lot.
is. You did. Heavy-handed on the shot. Oh shit.
It's gonna fuck me up. It's gonna burn. I should have chilled it.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. I love that taste though.
it's good. It's just warm. I should put it.
a little ice.
Made my eyes water. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Wasn't prepared for that.
All right, I feel it on my chest now.
I feel right here.
Oh my god.
Cold beer chase it down. So you were talking
Oh gosh.
about the guy shot his roommate over some COVID.
Oh yeah.
Like, what kind of crazy shit do you see?
Oh, so
Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't think. I don't fully know like the parameters of what you do.
right.
I know you're a firefighter. Obviously, most people think you just go put out fires.
Right.
Obviously, you see some wild shit.
Yeah. So what we do is we do firefighting and EMT and paramedic. So actually probably about I would say anywhere between 85 between 90% of stuff we do is like EMS stuff. Like so anytime we call 911, we show up. And so yeah, you definitely see a lot of crazy stuff. So it's like I guess I'll give a few stories. I mean, you see like petty stuff, and then you see some pretty gnarly stuff.
Right.
So like some stuff like it could be something like at 3:00 in the morning, we had this one guy call, and he's like at 3 a.m. he's calling, and he's like, I got a headache. I was like, you know, we're like, why are you calling out? Like, you got a headache. So he's 35 years old. So he's like, I got a headache. I was like, okay, you take some Tylenol, anything? He's like, I just got my hair braided. And I was like, so I'm like, are you kidding me? like, you call that one because you got your hair braided? I was like, okay, so take your hair out. Oh, I paid $20 for that. I was like, man, we don't, you know. So it was like, okay, we can't take you, man. Just take some Tylenol, lay down. Then actually one of the funniest things though. So this guy called us for 911, and he's like, so we get there, and he's like, he's like, I need to go to the hospital. And so we got to figure out why you're going to the hospital. Just don't. I mean, we're like, well, how can we help you first? He's like, yeah, I got some bleeding. He's like, okay.
Oh god.
He's like, what kind of bleeding you got? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
You called me. I don't know.
So he's got some blood down his legs.
Oh no.
He's like, why is there blood on your legs? I don't want to talk about it. He's like, well, you got to tell us so we know what's going on. So what he was doing, he shoved a candle in his ass. And it broke off.
Oh no! It broke.
Yeah, it broke off. It broke off in his ass. So he's like,
was it lit when he put it in his ass?
Yeah. So I guess he was saying. I don't know. I didn't even know this was a fetish. So I guess something about the wax and the way the candle's in his butt.
When it's hot?
I guess it turned him on. So he didn't expect it, so when it broke off. When it broke off, it was just like, so we're like, okay, man, we're trying to help him out or whatever. So he's like, I just want to go to the hospital. It's like, okay, can we see it? It's like, oh my God.
And you saw it.
Oh, yeah.
You saw, like, so was it like a little bit sticking out? Or was like, it was just like, did you have to like do one of these? Like, yeah, it's up in there.
It was like the turtle was peeking. So it was like, yeah, so it was pretty bad.
So was it blood or candle wax running down his side?
It was a little bit of both. Yeah, so he definitely don't need to do that again.
Oh my God!
But that's actually not the first time that he's done that. So he said that's the third time that happened.
I've heard of like people with like the fetish of like melted wax, like hot, like I've heard of that before. I
never heard anybody sticking that in there.
Their ass.
Yeah, so
that's fucked.
You like to say you definitely get the gnarly stuff between car accidents,
right,
and stuff like that.
I'm sure that's pretty scary.
Yeah, it is.
You can see like the worst case scenarios of what can happen out there.
Yeah, I think So I think you get that. I think the worst. I think the worst, one of the worst things for me was like, this was like when I first got in there, because I thought I thought they could like pick the run you get, like you just when they call 911, they could say, he's a new guy, let's not give him this. So I didn't know what to expect. So when I first got in there, it was like one of the first runs I got right out of training was it was a car accident. The guy eventually died, so he was pretty messed up. So he asked me, "Am I gonna die?" And I said, "Yeah, probably."
What?
But
Why would you
see? But I didn't know. I didn't know. See,
Why would you say that?
I wasn't as trained. I said, dude, your freaking stuff is hanging out. I was like,
Oh,
I said, yeah, I said, you probably are. I apologize. And I said, but I'll do the best to take care of you. And he did that. Because it was bad. Because I didn't know what the heck to say. I wasn't trained yet. I was just like, he said, am I going to die? I said, yeah, you probably are. I know it's bad.
that made it so much worse.
But when he goes to heaven, he can say that guy was honest.
Well, he was right.
So you got stuff like that. And then you have your fires. And one thing I didn't know about working at the fire department is that there's actually people who are afraid of fire who work there.
Why would you work? Why?
Some people like to
conquer their fear.
No, I don't know if it's that. I just think that some people are just like the career. They just like the idea of being able to make money. You only work 12 days a month. So you're off. So you work anywhere between 12 days a month and you're off for 22 days. So I think people like the schedule of it.
Right.
So
there's a reason that comes with. I'm sure, that's probably because you see heavy shit. You need downtime.
Oh yeah. See,
you couldn't just do this 9 to 5 every fucking 5 days a week.
When I first started, I started dealing with so I started having freaking nightmares.
I'm sure.
So whenever you ever, so they got this show called freaking, I was 911 paramedic, the ghost stuff, and you going into people's houses, it's a ghost show, and it actually talks about how as EMTs and different people you deal different spirits from people,
right?
And you kind of see some freaky stuff going into people's places.
Have you anything paranormal happen?
It was only, yeah. So it wasn't at somebody's house. It was actually at a firehouse. So we got this firehouse that's haunted because somebody actually. It used to be an old. It was an old police department, and they had it. I guess they interrogated somebody. He died there. And so what happened was, so everybody's kind of man, yeah, this place is haunted. So I sat there. So I'm sitting upstairs and I'm watching. I'm into this movie. I'm deep into the movie, about 30 minutes deep into it. The TV cuts off. So I'm like, what? Cut the TV back on. Cuts off again. And I said, somebody's messing with me. So I cut it back on. 5 minutes go by. It cuts off again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was like, somebody's messing with me downstairs. So I go downstairs. The other guy's on his phone talking to his wife. Other guy's sleeping. And the other guy's downstairs in the basement watching TV. And he's knocked out. So I'm like, no. Somebody, I said, no way. So I go back upstairs, and then I'm so I go back and sit in the chair again, and I start watching it, and then it cuts off again. So I was like, shit, I'm not. I was like, so I throw the remote on the table, and I start walking out, and the TV cuts on. And I was like, I said, yeah, I'm not. I said, so I'm I gotta be in some light. So that night, a door opened, and we'll talk about it was closed. I know it was closed because I saw it, and it creaked open. So I'm already terrified. So I got a classmate. He's working with me. So in the middle of the night, he just fucking yells so loud,
freaking out.
And he's freaking out because he says somebody grabbed his foot. So he freaks out. It freaks me out. so he's knocked out sleeping, and he goes, "Wow!" so I get up. I start taking out. I take out, and he's like, I said, "What are you screaming about? What are you screaming about?" He says, "Somebody grab my foot." I said, "I ain't sleeping up here, man." I said, "I'm not sleeping up here, dog." So I said, "Yeah, I ain't sleeping up here." He's like, "Man," he said, "Man, I'm so scared." I said, "Bro, I'm not sleeping up." So I slept in the freaking kitchen.
You slept in the kitchen?
I slept in the kitchen.
The lights on,
everything. I said, I'm gonna hear everything that's going on, and I was like, I don't want to go back here, man.
So, are you always at the same station, or do you move around?
No, so right now I move around to different places. like I have a main house that I'm at, but I'm what they call like a 6-man. So 6-man is like when you get your new out. They make you go to wherever you need it at. You have a main place you stay, but you go wherever you need it until you can find a spot. And then once you find a spot, they keep you there.
Is that on you to find the spot, like, or is it on like just where like
No,
you need a permanent?
Yeah,
person?
so whatever they need a permanent person, but they may give you options. So they say we got this place, this place, this place,
Right.
and then you can say, yeah, I'll take this place. And then once you find that, if you want to be somewhere else, whenever there's an opening, you just apply, and then you go to the opening spot. Like I said, man, I'll be honest, it's definitely been a great career. I like it. I've had some good times. There's a lot of good days, man. I'll tell you. A lot of funny stuff.
But you enjoy it. It's wild shit, but you enjoy what you do.
Yeah, you definitely like. It's hard to say that like death and stuff like that. You become desensitized to it,
Right? I'm sure.
But it's like
You kind of have to. I'm
yeah,
sure.
you do. So like it was one thing. Like we made it run on a guy who died. He won the lottery. Like I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot.
Take that ticket.
Yeah, it was like man, you know. So
Nobody
I was
will know. Nobody will know.
Yeah, so it takes a lot because like, well, I think he already had it because he already had a check, and he was like, this guy just won a lottery, and he's out, like he must have because like he had like had like 15 bottles of a vodka.
He was celebrating.
Yeah, he celebrated. He had pills. It was like. This dude partied too hard. He's like, where you even got your money? He partied too hard.
Is that what happened? He fucking went too hard?
Yeah, so that's what we think. But like, you know, because he like, we just think he was like, I mean, he already drank like a fifth of vodka. He had another one. And we was just like.
And pills and all that or whatever, I'm sure.
He was like, man.
I'm sure.
Like, this guy was like, I mean, I understand you're excited, but like you killed yourself, dog. You didn't even enjoy nothing. So I think that was crazy. I was like, man. And then I was like, well, you know, I know it's written out in his name, but you know, I changed my name tomorrow.
It's Weekend at Bernie's, you know, put him over your shoulder, walk.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
walks to the banquet scene.
Like, yeah, he's here. Oh, he looks dead. No,
wave at him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm like, man. So you see, it's like you definitely see some. Like I saw, like there was a kid. He actually, it was crazy. So he had his guts were hanging.
Jesus Christ.
So his mom broke like a mirror, and she hit a trash bag over the. She put the trash bag over the door to go out. Like when she go out the house, she just grabbed the trash bag and go out. So he, like when he opened the door, he didn't know the trash. I guess he didn't know the trash bag was there, and it fell on him, slid his stuff. His intestines were like hanging out.
Gee.
So you go, you know, you put it in there, you put them back in, and like when they stitched him up, he was eating like probably within an hour. And I was like, but he didn't cry at all. I was like, this.
So he was alive.
He was alive
with just
yeah
McDonald's hanging out of it.
Yeah, he was alive, and I was like, this kid's a soldier. He didn't cry at all.
How old was he?
He's probably about, I think he's like 7 or 8.
Damn.
I was like,
see, that would be the hard part. It's like kids, you know.
Yeah, kids are definitely. I would say that itself is what gave me nightmares.
Right.
Like when we had a kid get drugged at like 2 blocks, made a run on him, and he didn't survive. I think the hardest part for me was that I did tell him my name, and I mean, of course, it's on me anyway. So I was trying to, he was trying to give him some comfort.
Right.
And this was like when I first got out too, and he said, hey, Mr. Antonio, don't let me die, and then he was going fast on us, and then his mom screamed so loud when he went out, and I was like, dude, I mean, we did everything we could, and it was nothing. And that gave me nightmares for probably about 2 weeks.
I'm sure.
And I'm talking about, I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking about him, like, man, this is crazy. And that's what I was like, do I want to do this again?
Right, yeah. That's what probably separates the people who want to do it. I'm sure there's people who something like that happens and you don't see them Monday morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that's fucked.
And
that's
then,
hard.
like, dealing with the fire side of stuff, I'm not gonna lie though. I think that it's pretty awesome. Like going to a fire, like it's how to put it. It's scary, but it's like a scary awesome.
It's probably a rush, like going in
man,
there fucking.
Yeah, when you got a fire, and you're going balls to the wall, and you're going to the building, because like a lot of people don't know, like, you can't see through a fire, so you get trained really well to use your senses a lot, and so being able to go to a building you've never been into before, and like I said, it can be scary, but at the same time, it's like you're like, man, I just want to get that fire out,
Right.
and then when you realize, like, you start seeing these flames and stuff, and like the hard part too is when you're actually in the fire, not get caught looking at the flames. I know it's weird.
I get mesmerized and,
Oh,
and overwhelming. Probably like, shit.
Yeah, so I had this one time we had a basement fire. So basement fire is like one of the worst fires to have. Because with the basement fire, it's almost like it's like you're having the hottest heat and it's coming straight at you because the heat rises.
Yeah.
So I got to go down into that.
Right.
So you're going down into like an inferno. So I was going down there, and the good thing about it wasn't that bad. So we got there pretty early. So the thing was, I'm sitting there and I'm putting water on the fire and I'm calling for help, but this guy is like not even there. So I said, hey man, I need 10 more feet, and then he's like, I'm like, I need 10 more feet of hose. He ain't nowhere there. So eventually, we get the fire out. We got another engine now. We get the fire. They're shooting from the outside. I'm shooting from the inside. We get the fire out. He's back out there he's sitting down, just chilling. And I'm like, where the hell were you?
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. He's like, man, I had something in my eye, man. And I said, so wait a second. I said, you don't tell me that you leave me? Because if it was really bad, I could have been hurt.
Right, yeah. It's not about what happened, it's about what could have happened.
So I'm about to fight him. So,
I bet. That's your life.
yeah, so he apologized or whatever. So I was kind of like, I just chalked it up. Your team. That's why it's like, but like I said, I love about it is that's a brotherhood.
Right.
That's one thing. Like when I worked at the sheriff's department, it was bad, man.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, it was. I would say I would just say it's political. The thing I liked the most though was you get to beat people up. All right, I know. All right, let me not say that. Okay. Let me not say that. All right, we're gonna have to edit that part. I'm not gonna lie though. That was part. I love that part though.
No, I mean, I'm, and it's not like you just fucking. I'm sure you weren't fucking like abusing your power. Like it was like
I didn't abuse my power.
But if a motherfucker like got in your fucking shit, if you get disrespected, like you are within your legal rights to fucking
I'm not
on this fucking dude.
Yeah, see, I'm not. See, there was one time. So I know this is uncensored. So
let's go. Here we go. All
right, so let's
pour another drink. Pour another shot.
Oh man,
we getting uncensored now.
All right, so there's one time where I actually so this guy, so something as simple as like I said, hey man, it's time to lock it. It's time to it's quiet time. Can you get off the phone or whatnot? And I was nice to him, just like I said, hey man, I said, hey Mr. So and so, I said, hey, it's quiet time. Bring it down for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for chow and all that stuff. He was like, fuck you, bitch. And I said, hold on, man. I said, listen, you ain't gotta do all that, man. I said, look. I said, I understand you was on the phone. I said, go ahead, get off the phone and whatnot. He said, bitch, I get off the phone when I want. So I was like, okay. So let's say if we were doing 8 hours, you'd be out 4, and I'll take the other 4 out. I was already out for 4 hours, so he thought he wouldn't think I was coming back out again. So I was like, so he didn't think I was coming back out because I already did my 4. So I was like, this guy just called me a bitch. and the other guy was like, one of the other inmates was like, hey man, you know who that is? It's Merc, man. He's like, man, fuck him, that bitch ass. And he said, hey man, I'm telling you, that's Murph, man. He was like, man, fuck that bitch ass nigga.
They talking about you?
They talking about me. He said, listen, dude. He said, that's Murph. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck. He said, he gonna whoop your ass. so
you already had a reputation. Yeah, don't fuck with me.
So, but see, the thing about it was, I'm cool, like everybody.
Right.
I always like, if you need help, I help you out. I'll talk to you about whatever problem you got. I'll give you advice whenever you need. So I was the coolest person, and I respect anybody as a man. Like,
right. Yeah.
So like, if you say, for instance, you had a baby, you need extra visitation time. I don't care.
I got you. Right.
Cool. You want to talk on the phone a little bit later? I don't care, man. I understand you.
Just be a man about it.
Yeah. So when he did like that, I was like, okay. So I buzzed in his room. I said, hey, man, you all right? You having a good day? What's going on with you? Fuck you. I said, yes, you know who you talking to, right? He said, I don't give a fuck. I said, okay, cool. I said, hey, man, so I call my partner. I said, hey, man, I'm going out there, man. I said, you sitting there for the rest of the day. He said, what you talking about? I said, hey, this guy over here is running his mouth. He's like, I said, so I want to talk to him. I want to figure out if he actually know who I am. So I go out there, and I go out there, and he's out there. And I said, hey, man, what's your problem? He's like, I don't give a fuck about you. I said, do you know who I am, man? I said, do you? I was like, so I'm like, so he's like, I don't give a fuck. So I was like, okay, man, this is the uncensored part, okay? so you could take people to a laundry room, right? So the way they did it was, let's say if I didn't want you to get charged, because anytime you fight one of us, you get charged like as a fight a police officer. You get like a $500,000 bond. You can do an extra 3 to 5 years. I'm skipping all that. I took him into the laundry room. Right, so the laundry room. So I had a porter. So the porter was, I would set my radio on the outside. So I tell my porter, hey man, whatever happens, just don't let this person kill me. Because if whoever when you're in there, the better man gets the better. So I say, hey, if he's whooping on me, he whooping on me. Just don't let him kill me. But the better man gets the better half. So I took him into there, and when I took him into there, man. So the first thing he's like, what you say, motherfucker? And so So most people don't know about getting kicked. So I love the first thing I do is throw a kick. So I kick him in his shin.
In his shin.
Yeah, kick him in his shin. So his knee buckles, and I rush him. His head hits the dryer. So I start pounding on him. And then when I start pounding on him, I start pounding on him. He wasn't ready, so I start choking him. So when I start choking him, then I put him in the arm bar and I start twisting his arm. And I said, I break this motherfucker off. As you ever disrespect me again. So he's crying. This is a grown man. He's back there crying, like bawling out crying. And I said, man, you apologize. So he's crying, apologizing, everything. So eventually, he gets up. He apologizes. His arm is hurt. He almost broke my arm. So I said, man, just show respect the next time you go out there. So then, so he goes out there, and he's like, I didn't know that he was missing a tooth.
From this?
Yeah, so he missed a tooth. And then, so he goes out there. He eventually goes to medical. But like I said, he started that incident.
he's
But like I said, you had a lot of people like that. And I say majority of a lot of stuff is like that.
Right, just them being unnecessarily.
Yeah, but like I said, so for the most part, I did what I could to defend myself. For the most part, I know it's uncensored, so yeah. So we'll see.
Yes, I'll drink to that. This one's smaller, I think.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a lot smaller. Actually, right now, what I'm working on, I got some stuff going with my nonprofit. So I created Take Nothing for Granted, and I created it in 2011.
Right. Yeah, I know you've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, so I started in 2011. And, I went heavy for probably about 2 years. So during the first 2 years, like I said, I was definitely speaking at a whole lot of places, everywhere, to be honest. And then I kind of got out of it. So I ended up, during that time, I got married. And I got out, and then I kind of got out of it, trying to be a family man. Then,
right.
When ignorant people do ignorant stuff, I got a divorce. So she was just an idiot.
Right.
But so whenever that happened, I kind of, took a hiatus and got back into and started really getting hammered back into it.
Right.
So right now, I'm trying to work on the group home. I want to do that right now. So definitely been getting everything ready for that. So I want to do the group home for like kids. I would say anywhere between like 12 to 21, and that way it's a way to give back. Like, right. Especially I think about when we were younger. Just to have kids who need direction.
Right. Right.
So that's been my goal. That, doing some real estate, teaching classes, kind of doing fitness a little bit here and there.
You always been, man. You always you got the shirt, fucking.
Yeah,
I've always been fucking.
I don't
the fitness.
Yeah, I picked it. So like up until probably about, I would say probably about 2 months ago, I was 280.
Wow.
Yeah, I was overweight for a while.
Quarantine, man.
No, it wasn't quarantine. So
that's why I blame mine on. I'm just like, I ain't got shit to do. I can't go to the gym.
I think I got a picture I can show you. Give me a second. I was a house man.
I'm a house now.
No, you're not. You're still in good shape. And the one thing I hate about gaining weight is people telling you that you gain weight. Like I'm like, dude, I didn't know if I got some weight on me. Why the hell you gotta tell me I got weight?
Psh, you telling me I was fucking tiny for most of my life, and I was like, oh man, you put on some weight, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, it ain't even like
Yeah,
they're trying to be
yeah.
nice about it. Like, hey, look, you picked on a little pound. Like,
Oh man, look at you, ha ha ha. I'm like, wait, man, fuck you.
yeah.
Right?
So
I know, motherfucker. I see myself naked. I know what the fuck I look like.
So I had this lady. She was like, so she see me. It was like it's been 2 years since she see me. She was like, oh look. She's like, oh look at you. You've gained so much weight. So I was like, oh, you got so much older. So, and she was like, now you're just being mean. I was like, don't
Bitch, you called me fat.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yo, bitch.
I was like, don't call me fat and then think you don't get anything back.
Yeah, thinking it ain't coming back at you.
Like, there was one time I got so high one time, right?
You think
This now see I know this is uncensored, so I don't do that on camera.
Hey, we all have slips.
Yeah, so I was depressed, so I was like, you know what, I'm smoke a little bit. So I did that, right? And I'm talking about it was almost like it was like a movie night, right? So I was just like, man, I was feeling it. So I started seeing a psychiatrist, and he was like, you know, smoke a joint. I said, I don't do that. He said it'll help you because he's like,
Did you get prescribed?
yeah. So yeah, that's what so he was doing that because he was like, you don't talk about your problems, and I was like, I said I don't want to talk.
So you went to a psychiatrist?
Yeah, I did.
To not talk about your problems?
Yeah, see, because it was like I know I needed some help, but I'm like, look, dude, I don't really know you.
No. I just last year I saw a psychiatrist.
You did?
So, yeah. Like I did. I went and I was like, you know, but I was different. As soon as they closed that door, and they're like, "What?" It was like the dam bursted. All right, here we fucking go.
So he was like, he's like, let's talk about your problem. So we start talking. I mean, I was high then. I don't know, man. I ain't never. And he's like, I swear, me and him rolled like 3 joints out. And I was like, is this legal? I felt badly. Is this legal, dude? He said,
I wish my therapist was like cool.
yeah, he was like, yeah. He said, I prescribed it. And I said, cool, man. He's like, yeah, he said, you just need to release. Because at first he's like, you're not talking. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm really feeling this. And then we get into another one. I start talking then, and then so the hour had went up. So I'm like high in the mud. I'm feeling like I'm like Steven Seagal or something. so this guy, yeah, so this guy in my apartment complex, he always parks his car in a way that you can't get out of the damn driveway. So I'm like, I'm tired of this shit.
Motherfucker.
So I'm thinking I'm Steven Seagal by now. I'm like, all right, man, I'm Steven Seagal.
Exit wounds right now.
So I'm like, yeah. So I said, hey, guy. I walk up to his car. I start looking in the window. He said, quit looking at my window. I said, okay, man. You stop parking your car and then drive over. And I'm high in there, bro. I said, you stop parking your car in this driveway. I'm going to have to break your arm.
Or your eyes probably squinting like Steven Seagal.
So he's like, what? I said, stop parking your car in the driveway. I'm gonna break your arm.
Oh my god.
Oh, so he's like, so this guy's like, he's like, man. So he's like, what'd you say? So I come around the car. I said, hey, I said to you again. I said, stop parking your car in the driveway. I'm gonna break your arm. He's like, are you fucking crazy? So, I said, you call me what you want, but I'll break your arm. He's never parked his car in the driveway again. So when he sees me moving the car, he's opened the door for me.
He opened the door for you? Man. Oh, god damn.
So every time he sees me, he's like, what can I do for you? I said, yeah, so like the other day I was walking there, he just opened the door for me, and I wasn't even in there yet. So like I was way over here, and he held the door open for like 5 minutes until I came to the door, and I said, you all right, man? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool, man. He said, whatever you need. He said, you been all right? I said, I've been all right, man. And I just walk in, but It was just like, it was so funny though. But I was just like, whatever.
That's fucking great.
I try to be. I'm always nice though. I'm always mellow.
Yeah, I mean, you're always like real, like mellow and soft spoken. But I do know,
Yeah.
The switch can flip. There's always a time and a place for that. I don't know about being Steven Seagal, but I've never been that high.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I was like, yeah, I don't really get that high, but I was feeling like Steven Seagal at that moment.
Well, we'll probably have to have a part 2 because
Okay.
we're hitting the end of the road.
I'm
here.
sorry. All right.
No, you're good. We still got a little bit of time to close it out, but I feel like there's probably a lot more shit we could dive into. So
Yeah, definitely.
as with most of my guests, I feel like there should be more time, but I keep it on my time constraint. So
Right, no, I feel that.
I'm sure we're gonna do a part 2 at some point because I assure you have a lot more fucking stories.
Yeah.
So what do you want? What do you want people to know? Plug yourself one more time.
I would say, I think one, I want to say I'm very appreciative for being here today. I thank the man, the myth, the legend himself, the great King Titan. I love the great King Titan. I like that. So
That's the new one.
I'm thankful for having. See, I know the original style. This is the brand new and improved. I definitely love for having him. Thank you for having me on here. So, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on this upcoming year. If you want to follow me, definitely follow me on YouTube and Take Nothing for Granted. Same thing on Facebook. And definitely want everybody to be inspired and enjoy this year and be the best version of themselves they can be. So, I say the big thing, too, is be true to who you are. And no matter what, that's one thing I love about Nick. He's going to be true to who he is no matter what anybody thinks about him. And so I like that. Not to get too serious, but I like that. He's always true. And it doesn't matter what anyone says about him. Because at the end of the day, he's original. He's always going to be original. And he wants to be the best version of himself and not anybody else. So I love that. So
Yeah, that's all I want. I love you, brother.
I love
you're
you
my
too,
fucking
man.
guy.
Yeah, man.
I'm so pumped to fucking have this happen. And like I said, we're definitely going to do a part 2. Because
I'm excited,
there's
man.
a lot more goofy stories out there. I'm sure there's a lot more crazy stories out there.
Yeah.
But for now, we're going to wrap it up. So make sure that you raise a glass and, you're a slut and all that fun stuff. But in the meantime, make sure you leave a comment. You got questions? We're doing this again. Leave a question for my boy here. Leave a question for me. Whatever you want to do. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the fucking bell thing and get the notifications. Watch all the fucking video game things because I like that shit. That's fun. So make sure you watch those.
There you go. Let it go.
So, we're just gonna probably hang out and have a couple more beers and keep the story going. I'm sure you'll see a part 2 one of these days. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it if you see it. Follow me on Instagram and social medias, whatever the fuck they're all called. Great King Titan all across the board. Most importantly, my favorite message of all is be excellent to each other and smack a pedophile or 2. Air guitar. That's what I do. That's what I say. Fuck them up. Fuck them up. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves. I'm Great King Titan. This is Antonio, the fucking maniac. We'll see y'all next time. That's a wrap. Let's go.